one of my all-time favorite quotes is, "Every man has a plan until they get punched in the face." I don't know if Mike Tyson created that quote, but we're going to give him credit for that quote. That quote right there is so true, especially in today's world that we're living in. As somebody that grew up in the 80s, which wasn't that fucking long ago, okay? Don't get this shit twisted. It wasn't that fucking long ago. I've been training martial arts since I was 5 years old. I'm 43, so you do the math. I grew up in a time period where if you acted a certain way, some motherfucker is gonna put you in check. If you say something stupid to somebody, some motherfucker is gonna put you in check. And it usually resulted, where I came from, usually resulted in a punch in the face. There are so many men in today's world that are soft as fuck. You can see it in their body language. You can see it in their physicality. You can see it with that slunched over neck. Think about all the hate that's being spit out online. I would say 90% of that shit is men. All the keyboard internet warriors, that's all men. And if any of you are watching this right now, you're a punk ass bitch. You're soft as fuck. And that's why you feel it's okay to talk to somebody online, but we know damn right that you would never say that shit to anybody's face. So the title of this is why every man should compete in martial arts or train martial arts. Because as I look back at my life and all the friends that I know and the people that I surround myself with, none of these motherfuckers are causing havoc in the world. None of these people are disrespecting other people. They're actually building things. And I'm so proud to call all of these people that I've trained with my brothers and my sisters. But to those of you that have never been into a physical altercation or have trained, how much do you really know about yourself? How much do you really know about yourself as a man? How much do you know about yourself, what you're capable of even doing? And if you're successful now, congratulations. Imagine how much more successful you would be if you knew about this one part of your existence, right? But nowadays, so many of the younger generation is just a bunch of soft ass motherfuckers. And especially all you people that are doing all the woke shit and the protesting, Black Lives Matter and green energy change and whatever, the Ukraine, all this bullshit. If anything actually were to happen catastrophically in this world, what the fuck would you do? Would you be able to protect yourself and your family? I don't think so. I remember going back 2 years ago and all this pandemic bullshit was going all over the place. I was one of the few people online speaking out about this bullshit. And I had tons and tons and tons of DMs, a lot of which people that I've trained with in the past, a lot of strong ass men. And I can understand why a lot of them didn't want to speak out, but in the DMs, they were all telling me how they stand with me and everything that I'm doing is honorable. And I'd be lying deep down inside if I didn't feel good about a little bit about that, knowing that the people that I've trained with and bled with and sweat with, that those people are on my side. It's good to have that brotherhood. It's good to have that relationship. That's another benefit of training martial arts, especially for men, because so many men are lone wolves. They're out there on their own. They have no community. They have nothing. And training martial arts, whether it's jiu-jitsu or Thai boxing or whatever the case may be, you will find your brothers and your sisters in these communities. Men need this. It has always been part of our history to physically challenge ourselves. And men, if you've never trained martial arts or anything, and you have a son or a daughter, fuck. How are you preparing them for the world that we're in today? I want to give you a quick little story. I live in a community. We have a community pool. There's rules here, you know. And there's been a lot of younger people moving in. And so when you go to the pool, you can only have a certain amount of guests. And, you know, as these young people move in, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. There's no respect. They think they can do whatever they want. It's just, once again, guarantee you these motherfuckers have never trained, right? They're just entitled motherfuckers. They come to the pool, they bring 10 friends, 15 friends, music blasting, vaping. It's a community pool. People spend a lot of money to live here to live and use that pool, right? So they're disrespecting everybody. They're disrespecting the neighbors. They're disrespecting the community. And of course, you know, at some point security comes and these kids get, you know, they got girls there and stuff like that. So some of these guys get real tough, puff up their chest and go up to the security guy and try to get puffed up. Security guy just looked at these motherfuckers, smiled, and said, "You don't want none of this. Get the fuck out of here." And what do you think they do? They put their tail between their legs and they got the fuck out of here, right? That's the type of men that are living in this generation today. Now, let me tell you another story of one of my friends. Going back a few years ago, we're all hanging out. We're in the streets of Philadelphia having a good time. And there's a couple of guys that are messing with my one buddy's fiance at the time, right? And what do you think guys in today's day would do, right? They'd probably cause a scene and whatever. You know what my friend did in that situation? And keep in mind, not just one of my friends, but one of the guys that was one of the instructors at the place that I was training at the time. He calmly looked at the two guys that were messing with him and his girl, and he slowly started to take his watch off and his jewelry. I think he had a ring on or something like that. And he looked around in the street and he pointed to this alley and he was like, "Listen, fellas, I don't want to cause a scene here in front of everybody, but if you guys want to fuck with me, it's all good. There's a little alley right there. Nobody will see us. Nobody will see us. Let's just go in that alley." And he took all his shit off and he walked his ass into the alley. What do you think those two dudes did? They got the fuck out of here. They got the fuck out of here. It's one of those stories I'll never forget in my life. As a man, when you train your body, your mind, and your spirit, you don't fuck with other people. You're loyal, you're respectful, you're there for your family, you're powerful, you know how to overcome. One of my favorite things about training jiu-jitsu is what I've been doing for the last 2 years since I moved to Florida. And I've always avoided jiu-jitsu. So many moves, and I was just comfortable on my feet, always training Muay Thai. But now I've been training jiu-jitsu. I tell this story all the time. The lessons you learn on that mat carry out into life, into business, into family. Every single time I walk into those doors, there's a part of me that does not want to be there. My stomach's rumbling. I got to go to the bathroom like 100 times. I'm not that good, so I'm always being put in positions that challenge me, right? And every single time I step foot on that mat, I know that I'm going to be put in a position that is going to require a choice. And that choice is either going to be to tap out and quit, or to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Learning how to breathe and how to relax. These fucking lessons will carry you through life, through eternity and your next life. Because once you train how to be a warrior, that is what you are. That is what all of us are as men. We were meant to be warriors. We were meant to train the body, the mind, and the soul. Every single one of you men that have never trained, get your ass into a fucking jiu-jitsu studio, kickboxing gym, judo, sambo, whatever speaks to you, boxing. Go train. If you have kids, get your kids involved early. You will never know the capabilities of which you have inside of you if you've never trained. So that is why I think every single man needs to train some type of combat sports or martial arts in today's modern times. We are preparing ourselves for war. War with ourselves, war with our enemies, war with any obstacle that comes in our path. I've been training for over 3 decades of my life. I'll probably train until the day I die. But I'm telling you right now, you will never know anything about yourself until you start to put yourself in these types of positions. Let's fucking go.